Alright guys, it's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and today I am doing a video specifically geared to new players. I'm going to talk about that Blue Salt Brotherhood quest line that seems to trip a lot of people up, and then I'm going to go over some basic crafting stuff. Before we get started, I have a little bit of a class project for everybody. Social Blade tells me that I should be able to get to 1,431 YouTube subscribers by the end of March. Not really keeping pace with that goal, not really keeping pace with my goal for the year. So just want to remind people, if you find these videos useful, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button at the bottom. Objectives for today. You're going to notice that this Archeage 101 is a little bit different than my other ones. Usually I just plow through academically and I go into game where I need to. This one is actually split up differently. I'm going to give you this overall introductory via the PowerPoint, and then I'm going to just be in game, sort of like live, stumbling through it, and then I'm going to close up in PowerPoint again. So before we even get into game, I'm going to give you the the Blue Salt Brotherhood, what it's supposed to do. I'm going to give you a list of like everything you need, kind of like a school supplies list. You're going to need all this stuff, and then I'm going to tell you what you're going to get for your investment. And then we're going to do a walkthrough in-game from Hellsea to Hell Swamp. And then I'm going to give you two introductions to crafting. One is going to be in Hell Swamp that your new player would run into, and that this is really the presentation of crafting. And then I'm going to go back to my own property and I'm going to present crafting a little bit better. And then I'm going to talk about odds and ends of crafting. So right here, this is the Blue Salt Brotherhood wall hanging that you're going to get. I absolutely love it. It's so much salt. This quest line is supposed to help you learn the game, but I don't think it made a very good transition from pre-4.0 to post 4.0. I think this needs to be reworked now for 4.0. I am going to say that this is woefully inadequate to teach crafting, especially with the new 4.0 crafting menu, and that the rewards, they're fairly decent. So even new player or even seasoned players who have already got their farm, you may want to loop back and do this quest line again. So everything you're going to need, your school supplies list is under needs. I'm not going to read this to you. Everybody can read. The big thing is, one, it's probably not all inclusive. I may have missed something. I don't think I did. Throughout the quest, it's going to give you everything you need. Don't throw any of that stuff away or sell it or anything. If they give it to you, you probably need it. The other one is in red. It is a Thunderstruck log you need. You need a Thunderstruck log. Sometimes it takes 3. It's a Thunderstruck log. So many new players come to me and they're like, well, I bought this tree and, well, you didn't need it. You didn't need a tree. I'm going to talk about the rest later as we go. The rewards, I think it's pretty cool that at the end of it, you're going to have your farm wagon just for making the wheels. You're not going to have to provide the Thunderstruck trees. They give those to you. You're going to get a full set of Dawn's Drop, which is roughly 750 gold if you sell it. You're going to get that proficiency scroll. You're going to get lots and lots of stuff, lots of potions. Y'all can read this if you want to. Had a little bit of a problem making this video several times. We're going to talk about some of the problems. This was all done on Jahlon, and then somebody stupidly recycled all of the video footage. So let's do it all again. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to go through the entire process again. I'm going to take you through some of it. And then when I get to a certain point, I'm going to stop going through it because I don't really feel like building another cart and another wagon. So let me get you through some of these things. First thing, for players new and old, you can all do this quest. At the end of this quest is the Blue Salt Brotherhood title. So for those of you that are collecting titles, you might want to do it. However, I will tell you that the Blue Salt Brotherhood title is only a 6 XP title. I had to confer with the book. Yeah, I'm down here. I was up there. But if I'm up there, you can't see my mini-map, and it's not going to work. So, here we are. We're in Solisa, and Halcyona right on the coast. It is peace for 26 more minutes. So let's get a move on. I'm not going to read text to you. You can come here and do all of that. I'm just going to stop at the places that might trick you up. So basically, you're going to be spending an awful lot of time running around. The Blue Salt Brotherhood quest, 95% of it is run here to there and do something. The other nice thing you are going to get 10,000 free alchemy proficiency. Now, I highly recommend when you start this process that you bring a lot of bag space with you. Now, big thing, new players. You will notice when I come back here, I ran up north, I came back, and I did that on purpose to show you this is not where I want to come back to for the Blue Salt line. So here we go in the back of the building. Now that once I turn this in, they want me to infiltrate the Brotherhood. And so from this point on, everything is relatively easy and simple. Once you get started right, everything's easy. Now, some people are going to ask, what is the point of this? Well, first of all, everybody can get another 8x8. I didn't believe that. I did it myself, and I ended up getting another 8x8. See, I'm already running out of town, and I forgot something. Alrighty, so as you saw, ran out of town real quick because I got ahead of myself. For this quest line, really important. Reading is fundamental. So, a lot of the times, you're going to end up starting to get ahead of yourself. Make sure you actually read what's going on. So like purchase 1 rice seed. You don't want to run out of town without purchasing the 1 rice seed because where you're going doesn't have a rice vendor. So you pick up your 1 rice seed and you're going to see me do a lot of fast forwards in the video. I'm going to take you through all the way to getting your 8x8. Like I said, everybody can get a second 8x8. I didn't believe it. I did it on Jahlon the other night. I recorded all of this and then all the video footage got deleted. So, 1 second. Alrighty, here we are. Talk to Caretaker Gibson. Wants me to place a scarecrow behind the farm. And he's happy enough to do that. And then plant a rice seed. And then we're done. This is not like the old school Blue Salt Brotherhood where you had to do a lot of raising and harvesting and doing all that stuff. So really just run across Halcy sort of quest. So I'm going to keep fast forwarding till we get to the good stuff. Alrighty, here we go. Alchemy Merchant. Now this quest line is meant to teach you a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't really get the job done. So I'm gonna finish up getting to the 8x8 scarecrow, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of a divergent, and I'm gonna teach you guys a couple of bits and pieces that you're gonna need to know later on down the quest line. Like I said, not doing the whole quest line, but I'm gonna do enough of it to get you to where you want to go. Purchase 10 mage vapors. So we buy our 10. Now, you will make a profit at the end of this, either directly or indirectly, depending on how you calculate profit. But some early investment. Most of it is just a couple of pennies. Now, I will tell you, you are going to get all sorts of stuff. You are going to get flowers and grain and all tons of stuff. Don't get rid of it. You actually need everything they give you at some points to make all of the potions. I actually dumped all the stuff off into my chest and then I had to double back and get the stuff. So that's one of your other tips. Alright, So we come over to the public farm manager, and here is my 8x8 scarecrow design, some mushrooms, some lumber, and some tax certs. Guy doesn't ask for much. He wants me to buy a mushroom spore and plant it. Now, like I said, everybody can do this again for another 8x8 farm if you're so inclined. We come over here to the public garden. We can just click right there, put our mushroom down. Oh no, wilted mushrooms. We report back to the community manager. And that's it. He's going to give us our stuff. Okay, so after I get that 8x8 farm, what's going to happen is it's going to send me to Hell Swamp, Sand Deep, and then it's going to continue on the standard leveling order for zones. I'm going to go Rookborn, Windscour, Paranor, Hosla, and then from Hosla, Carcassie. And at the end of it, I'm going to end up having my farm wagon and then a full set of Dawn's Drop and some other goodies. The problem is that it's not going to really explain things very well. So what I want to do is I want to go through just a little bit more until I get to the first real crafting piece. Now we finally get to the crafting piece. Now here's the thing I want you to see right here. Alchemy proficiency 500. You're going to get free proficiency just from doing this. So I'm going to come over here to the alchemy table. And this is really supposed to be your introduction to crafting, which I think is absolutely horrible because it never adapted to the 4.0 crafting menu. So when you come in here, it used to be totally different, new players. So when I click in here, I've got property, pets and transportation, processing, consumables. Now we're getting close. Now we're in health and mana. What you're looking for in the tutorial is in the 4th category, and it's in the second category down. It's all the way buried. But we'll just make our hushed star. And the nice thing is you make them in batches of 10s. Now I come back over here, and she's going to give me this stuff. She's going to give me 100 Veiled Flames. So for you adventurers, it is worthwhile to follow through. Just get a bunch of free potions. Now, she's going to send me to Haven. Haven's going to send me all over the place. I'm not going to do that. I've already done it to get myself acclimated to this quest line. Alright guys, so I know that the most recent introduction to crafting I did was way before 3.0, so I want to take this opportunity to talk about crafting as well. Now, the entire crafting interface has changed, which makes teaching people about crafting a little bit more difficult. Usually, in the previous versions of the game, the interface that I get when I hit O for the portfolio used to match really nicely and neatly with the individual stations. Now, as you notice, when I come to the Regal Alchemy table, like you saw in Hell Swamp, it puts things, everything's broken out. Well, when you're first trying to get started, I know this is going to be time consuming. Close up everything first. Then go and look for what you're looking for. And this is going to save you a lot of headache trying to piece things together. Now, I am at a Regal Alchemy table, and I'm using this example because you're going to have to make a couple of things later on for your Blue Salt quest. As you saw at the beginning of the video, I talked about what you're going to need. Well, these are how you make those things. So the first thing I want to do is I want to come to processing, because in processing is where you make the oils and the pigments and the polishes. So what I want to do is I want to open that one up. And again, I know it's time consuming, closing everything up, but at first, until you get used to it, I really want you to do this so that you can follow along. A lot of people have been saying they've been having a lot of problems. So I'm going to open up oil because I know that I need small seed oils. Now, ignore mass production right now because you're not going to be making them in batches of 10. But when the time comes, You now can make batches of 10 just at the Regal Alchemy table. You used to have to use a different bench to do this. Now you can do it right at the Regal station. But just close this up and go to single production. Now, as you can see, there's small seed, viscous, emulsified, deeply colored. So there's 4. Now you can click on each one individually, but as you do that, notice right here, it's going to slide that dot over. What I could also do is click on small seed oil, and I can click over while I'm, trying to copy down stuff. So what we're going to end up making is a farm cart. Now, it is going to tell us that we need lumber and iron. That's fine. It's going to end up telling us that we need fine lumber, silver ingots, and archeum. That's fine. But the big one is you're going to need to get yourself your own sturdy ingot and your own thunderstruck log. That's what you're going to need to put together for the farm cart. Now, I know a lot of people have said a new player can't afford a thunderstruck log. Truthfully, I've done this a couple of times on a couple of different characters, and by the time you get to where you're going, it's a thunderstruck log. It is not a tree. Don't fall into that trap. It is a thunderstruck log, and they're 77 gold. Now, the benefit to this is you are not going to have to buy 2 of these later on. They're going to give it to you. They're going to give you the thunderstruck tree that you need for your wagon. We used to have to buy 2, so you're going to benefit. So anyway, when you get to the farm cart in Paranor, you are going to have to make all the bits and pieces. The big one is you're going to need to make 2 fine lumber, and we're going to make that together right here. And then you're going to need to make for the shaft, you're going to have to make a sturdy ingot. So we will get all of that pieced together right now. Okay, so here we go. We're in our farm cart. We need to make this cart engine. We click on this. What we're going to need is 10 silver and archeum, and we're going to need 2 fine lumber. Now, a couple of things here. If you need to know what makes up the fine lumber, go ahead and click into fine lumber. And 1 fine lumber is made up of 10 lumber and 1 small seed oil. Now, as you saw that one more time, I click on farm cart. I click on the cart engine. It takes me in. It lets me drill down into each different thing I need to make. Obviously, archeum ingot is going to tell me that I need 3 archeum ore. And then the silver, the same thing. It's going to tell me for 1. The problem is that when I click on small seed oil, it's going to take me into the recipe for 10. And as you can see, there's no option here. So one complaint I've had from new players is they've said, well, I bought 30 charcoal and it made me bankrupt. And okay, that's why I'm doing the video. I don't think this is conducive for new players. So what we need to do is we need to go up here to small seed oil. And again, like I told you, we want to go to single production. And to do that, it's 3 charcoal, 20 rice, and 20 corn. Now, I just did the math, and to buy all of the pieces to do this, if you could buy them individually, would cost you 11 gold, 60 silver. But let's take a look at the auction house real quick. If I type charcoal, I unfortunately cannot buy just 3 very easily. I'd have to buy 20. And I might not have the gold to do that as a new player. What I really know I'm not going to be able to do is I'm not going to be able to buy 3 rice or 20 rice. I'm going to have to buy 100 rice. And I'm going to end up having to buy 1,000 corn. Anything on the second? Yeah, 100 corn right there. So I'm going to end up having to buy a lot more than I need. Then the question comes in, can I buy small seed oil? And I can. I can buy 2 of them that I need for 13.23. Jahlon would probably just go ahead and buy them off the auction house. The price difference is small enough. You're not going to have to go through any pain getting the other bits. I would do it that way. If you want to save the 4 gold, go ahead. Alrighty, so the same thing's going to happen when you do the sturdy ingot. You get to the opaque polish, you drill in, it's going to take you in for 10. You don't need 10, you only need 1. So again, I would probably end up buying the opaque polish as well, just to save yourself the time and the aggravation. Now, if you're already sitting on some charcoal, definitely recommend growing your own Narcissa azalea, rice, and corn. Now, like I said right here, I know I'm going in and out of a lot of different things. I'm teaching crafting at the same time as teaching what you need for the farm cart. Like I said in previous videos that I talked about crafting, when I came in here, I could do mass production right here now from the Regal station. Previously, a lot of people are going to tell you that you need to go to one of these multi-purpose workbenches, and when I do small seed oil, this is where you used to make them. As you can see, the recipe is 30, 200, 200, you get 10. When you do it, it's 30, 200, 200, you still get 10. You don't have to search out a multi-purpose workbench anymore. Since I have your attention and we are talking about crafting, I want to point out public apothecary houses still having people. I'm still finding people crafting Kraken's mites at alchemy tables. Stop it. You're throwing money away. Find a public apothecary house. Come to it. And when you make your Kraken's mites, it is going to cost you exactly the same. Except when you make them here at the supply manufacturer's workbench, there is a chance that you will double proc and make 20 of them for the same cost as 10 at the bench. So 20, 35, 35, 50, 50. We're going to come over here and we are going to do consumables, and we are going to come down here to mana potions. Now the thing is that you have to make each step individually, but each one is only going to make 10, and there is no chance of a double proc. So there's your little freebie inside of an Archeage 101 video, going back to basics for new players. If you have access to an APOC house, most definitely and certainly use it. Why am I saying that? Because during your Blue Salt Brotherhood quest, they are going to give you a Regal Alchemy table, which is great. They're going to give it to you. You're going to be at your house. You're going to be able to make your own potions, grinding them all the way up to Kraken's mites. Once you get to Kraken's mites, APOC house. APOC house. Please use an APOC house. Okay, guys, and that is it for today. I know this is a little different than some other Archeage 101 videos where I'm only in the classroom and presenting stuff via text. I know this might have seemed a little bit choppy. I'm going to have to go in there and splice in some other information. But I really wanted to show people the very beginning because my new players, like I said, you got to be careful that you follow that quest line precisely. Or like my show last Friday on Twitch, you're going to end up being 45 minutes down your main storyline, and then you're going to be like, oh, I did this wrong. And then you're going to be like, oh, jahlon even told me I was going to do this wrong, because jahlon did it wrong too. And guys, what we have coming up next is I have been asked to continue doing my 4.5 translations of the support trees. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be able to power through a whole lot of them in 1 week. The translations are taking me a little bit longer on the support trees because there was a lot more changes. However, I was asked to continue. So this week I am going to get occultism out, probably going to be later in the week. And then I am going to be doing an Archeage 101 on dungeons. I'm going to be doing Howling Abyss, Greater Howling Abyss first. I'm going to try to do this by myself so I can just tank and talk mechanics. I may have to end up recruiting a crew to make low-level characters on Conviction, because we want to talk about how dungeon mechanics work for low levels as we move into the Fresh Start server window. As always, here's all the ways to get in touch with me. Discord's the easiest. jahlon #8446. And as always, thank you for all the support that I get from my sponsors. Big thank you to Jonathan Bentley and Jaywort, who are my producers, who are sponsoring me through Patreon. And I want to send a shout out to Sweet Tart, who is a paying sponsor at Twitch. She does not use the free Twitch Amazon Prime link. She actually pays for my subscription with hard-earned money out of her own pocket, so she deserves a thank you as well. So thank you guys, and I will see you next week.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of more videos. Go check out our website.